You don't have to go without beauty in your garden through the cold winter months. You can make a planter right now full of flowers and other plants that will stay beautiful all the way through next spring. And KEZI 9 News anchor Chelsea Deffenbacher has details in this week's In the Garden, sponsored by Johnson Brothers Garden Market.
I'm here with Caleb Johnson out at Johnson Brothers Garden Market, and today we're going to be making a container that will look good now, but will last through the spring. So why don't you tell us what we're going to be putting in here today?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to plant some containers, and we're going to put some bulbs hidden underneath. They're going to pop up in the spring, so we've got some tulips, daffodils, I think even a hyacinth, and then we're going to put on top some plants that are going to look good now and look good when those bulbs arrive out of the ground in the spring. So the main things you want to think about that are going to look good through the winter into next spring would be pansies and violas, evergreen perennials like Virginia, ferns, heathers, even we've got a Lismachia, creeping Jenny, even rosemary, lavenders, all those plants that will look good through the winter, because when those bulbs come up, you want to have the rest of your plants look good along with the surprise bulbs coming out of the pot.
Okay, so you want to start with bulbs in the bottom?
Yep, we're going to first fill up our containers with a few inches of soil, and then we're going to plant our bulbs, and then we'll fill in the top and we'll plant our arrangements on top.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, there you go ahead and just start arranging to make sure they're pointed up like that. That's perfect. Just like that. So next what you want to do is you want to fill the rest of your container up almost to the top, enough to cover the bulbs, but enough to leave you some room to put in some of these other plants.
All right.
Now is the fun part. You get to design your container that's going to look good for winter into next spring.
Wonderful.
And I'm going to do the same thing over here as you're working on yours. And don't worry about planting them too full, because those bulbs will push up through whatever you've got planted. So don't be afraid to make your container look nice and full. Once you've got all your plants that you're going to do kind of in there, then you can start taking your soil and just filling in those few spots where we need a little bit more soil.
All right, well, that's going to do it for In the Garden. Back to you in the studio.